Hello and welcome. I am your host Force Trauma at Traumatized Gaming, and today we will be covering starting a character in EVE Online, complete for the new bro. For the purpose of this video, we will be starting a character from scratch so you get a rough idea of what happens. At the start of the game, you get to choose your race. For the purpose of this video, I am going to choose the Amarr race. I've just left this here for a few seconds just so you can give it a read. It's basically a little bit of information about the Amarr race, and it has the exact same for both the Gallente, the Caldari and the Minmatar as well. So after we've selected our race, we click next. This will bring you to a bloodline, and bloodlines pretty much, they're just for how your character looks. I mean, you can have the Amarr bloodline, the Ni Kuni and the Khanid. For the purpose of this video, I will pick the Khanid, and I will pick a male character and click next. Here we have character creation. Your character starts off bald, naked, and little plugs in his back, or her back if you create a female character. For the purpose, again, of this video, I'm just going to hit next. Oh, right. It says it must be clothed. Okay. Top. First bottoms, first feet. Purely for video purposes. Is clothed. Now you will take a photo. You can arrange by clicking and holding on what angle, and again you can change lighting as well to put different shadows on the character. You can even have some basic poses, puffing his chest out, crossed arms. I always show a bit of empathy for the crossed arm pose. It just never looks quite right in my opinion. You can also choose backgrounds. So again, we'll just pick this one. It looks colourful. Hit the picture, hit next. Now you get to choose your name. I'm going to just put in here test subject video. They even have a randomize option, so you can just randomize. You get to choose a different part of your ancestry and your education as well. Up until recently, you only used to start with 50,000 skill points. Now you start with 350,000 or 400,000. It's a hell of an increase on what it used to be. I've just started this. Check my availability. Finalize. Okay. And there we have it. EVE character creation in under 5 minutes. As the game starts, you'll find yourself in a pocket of dead space, which we will go into in a later video. Now, when you first start, you are in this little Impera, and you can choose to shoot these rats. The NPC of the area, and we can right click and look at them, and you can see that they are flying a small frigate sized ship. They also have a little 2000 ISK bounty on them. It is really ideal to kill these 3 frigates because you only start with 5,000 ISK. It's not a lot of money. It can't even buy you a spaceship. But when you keep playing for long enough and you learn how to play the game over time, you end up becoming space rich or space broke, depending on your actions. I mean, here again is a tutorial for the opportunities. I highly recommend that you take these. When you complete all the tutorials and all the missions that they have to offer, you end up leaving with about 10 million ISK. It's not a great sum of money, but it's great to start you off and get you going. You can also try things like training into salvaging, and salvaging will allow you to make money off wrecks of killing NPCs, other players, and certain various other things in the game. So for demonstration purpose, we will attack this right here. We're going to orbit it at 1,000 meters. We're going to click this little icon here for camera controls, and we're just going to go down to look at my ship. We can zoom out, we can spin round. Now that we're getting closer in range, we can start to lock a target. You can do this by holding a control key and click in, or you can right click and go down to lock target, like so. Oh, it turns out I'm too far away. Okay, so now we're getting closer. We've got the orbit set to 1,000 meters, and we are approaching at 344 meters per second. This is our gun and a civilian miner. So we have an optimal range of just under 4,000 meters and a fall off range of just under 5,000 meters. So we're about in fall off range now. See, once it's died, there's a wreck. You can approach the wreck directly and then open its cargo. And in here we have some loot. Again, we move on to the next NPC. I went a bit blind for a moment there. I forgot where the unlocked target was. As you can see, we're in range again. Turn gun on. That's it. I had to recently add this wreck back to the overview because I wasn't paying attention and I accidentally removed it from the overview. Fortunately, if you remove something from the overview, you can see it in space. We'll use this asteroid right here, for example. We can see it in space, or we can right click it, left click it, sorry, find one that we can click. Okay, we've gone to mining tab to do so. So go back to the general tab just to for demonstration. Rogue Clone Lab. Here we go. So it's this asteroid. We can right click and add Veldspar to overview. And it's as simple as that. So now we have some loot in our cargo, and we will be getting paid very shortly for the 2 bounties we've killed. I could go and kill this third one, but again, it's a demonstration, it's not needed. So we right click, we click dock,
warp drive active,
and there we go, we're heading home. when you start playing EVE Online, the first place you will get is known as a rookie system, and in the rookie system there will be some sort of celestial beacon, a home station, and between 1 and 3 stargates.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, so we are now docked in system in our little Impera, and we have a box. This is known as the Station Services box. We have a loyalty point store, ship insurance, which is always handy. If you ever venture into PvP and you find yourself killed in PvP, but you don't lose your capsule, if I leave the ship, you're in this little tiny capsule. When you dock up into a station, when you're in your pod or capsule, or whatever you want to call it when you decide to play, is you will be gifted with one rookie ship of your race right here, and in it we'll have one tritanium, which is the refined mineral of Veldspar, and you will also have one civilian mining laser and one civilian racial weapon. So don't worry, you will never ever be completely without a ship. So as we can see, we have nothing, so we can left click, hold, drag, and drop these into our item hanger. We can then apply this to our ship, so we can right click and then click fit to active ship. Oh, we're still in capsule, so we right click, make our ship active, and again fit to active ship. This little gadget here is a blueprint. You can show the info on the blueprint. This tells you 3 key things: what it makes, what skills you need, and what stuff you need. Now you can buy these minerals, or you can simply go out and mine these minerals. It's entirely up to you. So here we go, we have one ship, we have a few mods fitted to it. Let me go down to the list. There we go, ship fitting. You see we have our civilian weapon, civilian miner, a kinetic deflection field, and a damage control. We do an outstanding 5 damage per second, and that is it. When you've done the tutorial missions, you can venture anywhere you want in space. You can do it before the tutorial missions, but with the tutorial it gives you about 10 million ISK, and it teaches you all the basics you need to know to build your career in EVE. And with that being said, I'm going to end this video on a positive note. Fly free pod pilots, and I hope to see you around.